jobs and finding a new one being so tough. It may boil down to who you know more than what you know. So this morning, Gelie is here to show us how to properly network. And apparently there's an art to this that we're about to learn here in the next 5 minutes or so. Gelie, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
I think to network, you got to know where to network. And a lot of people, like particularly stay-at-home moms, they may have been out of the loop for quite a while.
That is such a good point, especially stay-at-home moms that now are having to go back into the market because their husbands have been laid off or they just need to supplement the salary. So one of the things that I've done is created a calendar that lists all these different networking events in town. So one-stop shop. So now what you can do is go to networkingphoenix.com. You can look at the different events and you can plan out your entire networking strategy for up to 3 months in advance.
You talk about a strategy. What do you mean by that?
Well, you don't want to go to these events and waste your time because there's so many different events and they cater to different professions, to different niches. So you need to figure out who you're trying to target. Right? So what is it that you're trying to sell them and who are you trying to meet? If you're looking for women only, then you should probably be attending women's breakfast, women's lunches, but having a calendar to know where these events are is super helpful.
Okay, so we found it and we get there. We know that we're in the right place that's specific to whatever job needs we may have. What if you're uncomfortable or unsure of exactly what to do? I mean, is it more than just, hi, I'm Stephanie, you know, it's nice to meet you?
It definitely is. If you're uncomfortable, as a lot of people are because this is so new to them, what I try to tell them is just smile. If you just stand in the middle of the room and smile, people will come to you. And
well, yeah, because they're going to think you're strange. You mean smile when you're with other people, or?
Well, I see a lot of people and they're just really tense. Like they'll just literally stand in the corner and they'll just be there by themselves. So I'm saying if you happen to be that person, if you need to stand in the corner, stand in the corner.
I see what you're saying, but just try and do whatever you can to at least fake that you're relaxed.
Yes, because it's so nonverbal. You need to send these nonverbal messages to people that you are approachable.
Okay.
And so people will come and talk to you. And what's really important is that you remember that you're there to make friends. You're there to create connections. You are not there to run around the room and hand out your business cards to as many people as you can. No. Well, that's not going to help you because people do business with people they know, like, and trust. Well, how are they going to trust you if all they know is you from your business card? You need to have a conversation with them and be unique, be authentic. Remember,
how can you make yourself stand out? What can you do that would be unique?
There are a few different ways, and you know, I like to use props. So what I have here is actually just little things I use, and this is right out of my purse. This is my business card holder, and I can't even tell you how many compliments I get on it. You wouldn't even think it's anything, but it is, and it's just, you know, your simple business card holder, but...
Oh, look at you. You've already networked with somebody in the green room.
I did, with Miss Laura's chef.
Yes, that's from Chef Laura. Did you get Bob's?
I did not get Bob's, but I gave Bob my business card. I don't know if he has any on him. And the other thing that is good to have is your own name tag. So a lot of times when you come to these events, they will give you a name tag. And everybody will have the same name tag. But if you show up wearing your own, that's going to make you stand out right away. And once again, it's a prop. People might ask you about it. And this one is from the North Scottsdale Chamber, so people might ask me, oh, do you belong there? And I mean, that's just a conversation starter.
You know, it's interesting. I'll add a little factoid, and you probably know this already because you're the pro. I went to a convention, and they said, somebody gave me a tip to put it on this side.
Right.
Because when you shake hands, then you're not doing, like, looking at the other shoulder to figure out what their name is.
That's right, because that's how the person's eye travel. It's going to travel right here.
From your hand up to the opposite side of the person. Yeah.
Right, yeah. So.
Do you guys get that? It's not that confusing. What other props do you have you think that will really make you stand out and make you unique or make you successful?
I think, you know, the props are useful, but really, I like to tell people to just be yourself. There is nothing better you can do than just talk to people about who you are. Because you're going to connect with people on different levels. And if you are having a bad day, it's okay. You can come to an event and start a conversation by saying, you know, you'll never believe what happened to me today. Because you just have no idea what the other person's day has been. And if you can connect on that,
something that's relatable?
Something that's relatable. Well, then you can have a conversation that's going to go into what you do for business, and then, but you walk away with that connection. And what's most important, I'm going to tell you, this is key right here. If you take nothing away from this segment, but this right here, follow up. Follow up. I can't even tell you how many people don't follow up. So they go to these events, they meet these people, they take this time, and then there's no follow-through. And it's just a waste of everyone's time.
Either a phone call, an email, a note card, something.
Yes, and you have 72 hours to do it right after you meet the person.
72 hours?
That is your window, 72 hours.
Oh, I've dropped the ball on many occasions. Well, thank you very much for the tips and networking. Perhaps your card will come in the mail.
Perhaps.
In 72 hours. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. For more great networking tips, you can go ahead and get a hold of Gelie at SonoraLiving.com. Coming up, your